5 years since Dallas rapper Mo3 was shot and killed on I-35, and now one of the suspects is headed to trial. Earlier this year, a grand jury indicted Devin Brown on capital murder charges, and he's expected to face a jury in November. Brown is accused of gunning down Oak Cliff rapper Mo3 on the freeway in Dallas. Prosecutors claim a rival rapper named Yella Beezy, or Marquise Conway, was behind that plot. If convicted, Brown could face life in prison or the death penalty.
I mean, it was just his time to go. God just called him home. It was just his time. Everybody got a date. Everybody got a time to go. We are not all promised. So all of that pointing the finger and all that other stuff, let God work.
Because didn't it come out that your baby daddy was like sleeping outside your house that night or something?
Yeah, that's what it said.
Yeah. We seen the daily, of course, everybody don't know.
Well, it didn't say my baby daddy, it said Key One.
Yeah, Key One.
Yeah.
But they were talking all night and morning or something.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel betrayed. I feel fucked up about it. Like, I feel like that was a selfish ass, dumbass move. Like, you got kids out here. You got your kids that you got to take care of and stuff. And,
you don't know what it was over.
I don't know what it was over. I feel like it was jealousy. I feel like it was jealousy, probably some money involved, pride,
I just feel like, how did you not notice, some of this stuff that was going on around you? Like, it seemed like, to me, it just sounded like it would be a lot going on if they planning to do something like this, or you would notice somebody acting weird, or just something would be off, or your intuition would tell you something.
No, because I didn't know that nothing was going on. Because, again, as I stated earlier in the call, my kid's daddy is not cool with Freddie. He's not cool with Yella. So I didn't know what was going on, or my intuition didn't tell me nothing. And my kid's daddy never said nothing to me about Mo3, so I didn't even know that he was feeling a way about him.
Did you ever even know who Key One was?
I don't know Key One. I don't know him.
All right, let's read this warrant right quick. As you can see, Devin Brown, right? Let's get into this affidavit of complaint just to refresh everybody's memory of what the police wrote up. All right. Before me, the state of Texas, affidavit for arrest warrant for Devin Brown. All right. The city of Dallas, 11th November 2020. Murder. On Wednesday, November 11, 2020, at approximately 11:56 a.m., suspect Devin Brown committed the offense of murder, a first-degree felony. Right? I know the location. The facts of this case are as follows. On Wednesday, November 11, 2020, at approximately 11:56 a.m., Dallas police officers responded to a shooting call on South R.L. Thornton Freeway, IH-35 East, northbound over East Clarendon Drive, Dallas, Texas. Numerous witnesses who were forced to stop in traffic on the freeway observed a suspect with his face covered chase and shoot Mo3 with a rifle. After the shooting, suspect White, Key One White, fled in a black Chevy Camaro northbound from the offense location. Suspect White fired multiple rounds and multiple citizens' vehicles were struck, along with witness Graham, who was actually injured by a bullet fragment while seated in his vehicle. Mo3 was transported to Methodist Hospital where he was pronounced deceased. Detective Anderson, along with other detectives, responded to the crime scene and interviewed several witnesses. Crime scene responded, processed the scene, and collected evidence. A witness processed the scene, collected evidence, A witness in a nearby vehicle provided dash camera video of the shooting. A witness, Jocelyn Banks, was interviewed and stated that suspect Devin Brown was upset over a relationship that involved Mo3 and the witness. Jocelyn Banks informed detectives that suspect Devin Brown Jr. contacted a juvenile witness, one of his kids, by phone multiple times prior to the murder. Jocelyn Banks learned that during the phone call, Devin Brown, her baby daddy, asked one of his children if Mo3 was over there. Jocelyn Banks provided the phone number that Devin Brown used to contact his kids. And on November 13, 2020, Detective Eric Barnes was provided evidence of call logs that showed suspect Brown's phone number the day prior and the morning of the offense. Research was conducted on the phone number which showed it belonged to suspect Devin Brown. Then on November 19, 2020, Devin Brown was arrested for a federal arrest warrant. Devin Brown was transported to Dallas Police Headquarters and interviewed by detectives. Suspect Devin Brown confirmed that he had recently learned that Mo3 and Jocelyn Banks, his baby mama, were dating. Suspect Devin Brown stated that on the day of the offense, he called one of his kids in the morning, but he denied any involvement in the murder of Mo3. But he did admit that he was upset over a recent Facebook video that involved Mo3. Now, on November 20th, 2020, Detective Barnes received an anonymous phone call that the picture released by Dallas police on the news of the one running down the street resembled that of the person with the social media account of Keywan White. Keywan White. Detective Barnes believed that Keywan White resembled the build and physical stature of the suspect in the video. On November 25th, Detective Anderson received an anonymous call that suspect Keywan White was the person that committed this offense. This information was obtained after the Dallas Police Department had released still images of the offense to the public. This witness had inside knowledge on suspect Devin Brown, who made phone calls and knowledge that surveillance was conducted on complaint on Mo3 the night prior to the offense. The witness stated that suspect White was just released on a recent arrest from the jail in Mount Pleasant, Texas. The witness stated that she heard Keywan White admit that he shot Mo3 while talking to her boyfriend. The witness stated that her boyfriend recognized Keywan White when they saw the images released on the news. They provided Keywan White's Instagram account. And on Thursday, November 26, Mount Pleasant police confirmed that Keywan White was arrested on November 23, 2020 for unrelated charges. On Friday, November 27, detectives learned that Keywan White was on bond for his previous Lancaster police arrest. Keywan White provided bond associates with a contact phone number. Provided bond associates with a contact phone number on November 11. On Saturday, November 28, a search warrant was obtained for suspect Keywan White's cell phone records for the number he provided to his bonding company. Detective Anderson obtained cellular phone location data records for both Keywan White that showed to be in the vicinity of witness Jackson's apartment. So they want to, they already leaked the name, Jocelyn Jackson, baby mama apartment, the night before and the morning of the offense where the deceased, where Mo3 stayed. The data obtained was plotted which traveled the same path as Mo3 and placed Keywan White near the crime scene where Mo3 was shot. Phone records from the baby daddy phone were received and plotted, and those phone records confirmed numerous calls between Devin Brown and Keywan White the day prior and the day of the offense. There appeared to be active phone call communications that occurred between White and Baby Daddy, while Mo3 was followed after he left Jocelyn Banks' apartment. On December 9, 2020, Keywan was arrested by task force officers. White was interviewed at the Dallas Police Headquarters. He waived his rights and gave a voluntary statement. Keywan admitted that phone number was compared and phone record might be his phone number, but he could not remember his numbers. Him slow. When Keywan was asked about Devin Brown, he denied that he knew him or had any association with him at all. Suspect Devin Brown and Keywan White are currently in federal custody for pistols. The witness stated that a companion recognized Keywan White when they saw the images released on the news. On Thursday, November 26, Mount Pleasant police confirmed that suspect White was arrested on November 23rd. Let's get it.
Just for context, this is approximately noon on I-35 heading northbound. This video is taken from a Kroger 18-wheeler, and this is heading north I-35 into downtown Dallas on noon on November 11, 2020. Now, Your Honor, if I could draw the court's attention, if you look on I've stopped this video at 19 seconds. You see a gold sedan in the far left lane and a black sedan in the second lane to the left. The gold sedan will be the vehicle carrying the victim, and the black sedan is the vehicle driven by Keywan White, who is then the shooter, based off of the evidence we have.
Okay.
I'm going to stop this at 1 minute and 37 seconds. The victim does not return into the frame.
Weird, or was he just?
He asked him where he was at, and he told him where he was at. I'm at Jocelyn's house. Called him that morning. I'm at Jocelyn. They was supposed to go do a movie scene for the Triple D Revenge movie, and he called him for that. He called him that morning to see where he was at because they had the Triple D Revenge movie little scene for him to do. So I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, all I can say is that the truth gonna come to the light. So if he did play a part, everybody gonna get their karma. Everybody gonna get their karma. Everybody that played a part. So if he is a snake, snakes get their head cut off. All I know is that he wasn't a good friend. He talked about his friend behind his back. He said he was embarrassed, stretched out on the freeway. He told me he had on his outfit. He said he told me that he had on his outfit. Mo3 didn't tell me that was Rainwater outfit, but Rainwater told me that it was his outfit. And I'm just like, what the hell? Nah, he had on a jumpsuit, so it couldn't have been.
So the jacket matched the pants, is what you're saying?
The jacket matched the pants. They also got into an argument in California before before he came to Dallas, where Rainwater told me and my sister that he told Mo3 it's not about who's the toughest, it's about who lasts the longest. Rainwater told me this. The argument in Cali happened because he took Mo3 to the hood without protection. The argument in Cali happened. He was pissed off. He said he wanted to punch him. He said he wanted to beat him up because he felt like he was putting him in danger. He didn't know that he was doing a feature with somebody from California, and he had told him that the video was at a warehouse, but ended up taking him to some apartments in the hood. And he was like, I don't like going to places without protection, and I don't know where I'm at, and I got jewelry and stuff on and stuff. And he was like, that don't, they got into an argument about that. And I brought that up to Rain when I talked to him today when he talked about him. He's like, I told 3, it ain't about who the toughest, it's about who lasts the longest. And I was just like, yeah, why would you say, like, what? And then with him passing away, with him being gone, with him saying that, I just didn't like that. Like, because I just was like, so what you saying, that you lasted or something? Like, what are you what you getting at? And that's what it always, that one, when he said that, look at you now embarrassed, stretched out in the middle of the freeway dead, I would always think in my mind, why are you even thinking about that? Who would say that? If that's your friend, that's your partner, you would be sad at that moment. You wouldn't even be thinking, everything else is irrelevant at that point. I think that Rainwater is suspect just because, even if he's not suspect, I wouldn't say that he was a good friend to Mo3. He wasn't a good manager because of the things that he said about him. The way he talked about him was just something that a friend wouldn't do. And the things that he told me, and the fact that he went on his interview and said that Mo3 was private and this and that, as if I have never went online and put me and Mo3's business online and said anything about us sexually or what he done for me. And it's just like you continue to, I don't know. It's just like he trying to use me as a scapegoat. That's how I feel. Yeah. He do more interviews than his artist interview. Yes, he spent the night at my house. Some of his words that he used when he was talking to me, like he was saying that my son was going to remember that he talked to a rapper. Like some of that it always stick with me because I'm like, why he say he gonna remember he talked to a rapper? Like where you gonna go? I was thinking to myself, like, where you gonna go? Why he gonna be remembering? Like where will you be? That's what I was thinking to myself, but it didn't really resonate until after he left. And I'd be thinking about stuff like that, and I'm like, dang, like he was a spiritual person. Like even though he talked about a lot of stuff in his songs, like he knew God. So I'm sure he probably knew. No, he spent the night over my house several different times, and I don't think it was early that morning. I think he left like around 12 or 1. But he never just got up and left my house. We always talked. Like it wasn't a relationship where he'll come over there and we do and he leave. Like we actually had a friendship. Like we talked about stuff. So it wasn't like that, oh, I'm gone, get what I need and I leave. Like we